Hi, this is Just, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Gossamer Court and the direction that we're going in with it. The Duke of Divination, also known as Alex Palermo, has been giving me a hard time long enough so that it's set in that we really need to build another Rolodex with the artists that we work with and that we network with and help out. The Gossamer Court is it's now an organization of spiritually inspired artists devoted to healing through art. And now we've incorporated the sciences into that, and philosophies, writing. We've always been very diverse as to the people that we have. It was about 4 years ago, the year before I had my heart attack, that my cousin Xander took his life. He was facing a very serious brain disease and complications of AIDS. And unfortunately, when he passed away, a lot was, left disorganized. And with him went the password for the Gossamer Court Rolodex. So I'm going to send out invitations for people to resubmit their information. For years, at the suggestion of Brian James, I kept it a pretty loose affiliation, but we're just getting too big for that at this point, and now we're going to have to become an organization. I'm going to keep the dues very low, $25 a year. We'll have a quarterly. Artists will be invited to submit their work, writers, their written stuff. There'll be spots on it for links with brief descriptions of various videos that people do, MP3s. And I think we'll keep, a certain part of it open for, advertisements. Advertisements by artists. We're going to keep the cost low. This year, Lady Heather and I, when we were working our magic at the Roundhouse and at the Alchemical Fire, we did a lot to put energy into the intent of where we want to go with the Gossamer Court. And I remember turning to her at one point and saying, this year I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling. Before my heart attack 3 years ago, I had planned to start that, and of course was going to do Burning Man. And I remember telling my cardiac surgeon on the way to the cath lab that before I got my angioplasty, that I was going to Burning Man, which was like 2 weeks from there. And he said, "Oh yeah, you in the desert. I think it's a brilliant idea. It would be good for your health, right?" He was just yesing me to death, knowing that I would wake up and realize that my ass had been thoroughly kicked. But it is time to travel. I'm going to be presiding over the wedding of my Navy brother Lenny's eldest child, eldest of 8. She's in her late 20s, and Leah and Jason are getting married. Lady Heather and I are putting together a very beautiful ceremony, and we'll have a wedding fire that night. It's going to be in the Charlottesville area of Virginia, and if there are people that would like to participate in that fire, by all means, let me know. After that, there'll be a little downtime before I head off to New Orleans to spend time with the beautiful Bella Via. We're going to do Dr. John's Grigri show on Halloween, and then celebrate her birthday, and I believe it's November 10th or thereabouts. The Fringe Festival is taking place in New Orleans, and Bella has been working around the clock to put all of that together. And for those who are in the area or nearby, I highly recommend coming down to the Big Easy for what promises to be a really amazing fringe festival. From there, I'll be going out to San Antonio to spend time with my friend Shaman Basil, who I haven't seen since Cosm Fire a few years ago. Synergy gave me a blip yesterday that he's in New Mexico at a beautiful sanctuary out there. And as my friend Tequila Mockingbird, and yes, that is her name, my friend of, it's got to be over 30 years now. She's an impresaria in LA, does a lot of wonderful work out there. And so I'm going to see what I can do about some performances and lectures out in LA. Then San Francisco, Portland, Oregon. I am going to do my best to see Laura Lee Mystica, who is just a magnificent beacon of the Indigos in her own right. She's up in Washington State. I have, considered through the connections that I've made in Nevada and Utah with some of the magical groups out there with heading there. In preparation for this, I am going to try to do either a live recording of my nightclub act, or an hour of pretty good material, I think anyway. I'll be bringing forms with me and guidelines, which we'll also have on the internet for submissions to our quarterly paper. We are going to ask for annual membership fee of $25, and it was all fine and well for us to operate as a loose affiliation when everything was pretty localized to the Northeast, but it's spread. We're in a number of different countries right now. We even have a small group in Ho Chi Minh City, of all places. But anyway, I will put information to accompany this video, and we would certainly be more than appreciative of those who are willing to register their membership. Now the thing is, the membership will actually begin January 1st of next year, but those who get in earlier than that, I'm going to throw in a complimentary CD, and it would really help us out a lot too, if you could find it in your heart to help us out there. Also, if there are any people out there that would like me to stop within the continental United States, in different towns and cities, please let me know. I am serious about the traveling. There is going to be a lot of it. And, I'm just keeping the options open. With the exception of Jordan's and Bellavia's birthdays, I'm keeping the schedule pretty clear. I'm doing the full moon at Cosm on October 4th before I head to Virginia. So anyway, this is Use the Fairy King, and just letting you know about some of the things going on with the Gossamer Court, and have a wonderful life. Thank you. Bye-bye.